My name is Samuel James Price, and every single day at 11:30 I bring you the news, sometimes 11:35. It's a 3 to 5 minute segment where I show you what's happening in crypto. If there's a big legacy company, like I like when I see older companies that we've known for the last 20 years, like Google, Microsoft, linking up with Web3 and blockchain companies. So that's the big news that I'm always looking for, and that's really what we want, you know. And then there's also awesome information, main nets and things coming out, USDC getting put on another coin, stuff like that. So let's break down the news, everyone. So crypto broker Hidden Road finds financial allies in a pension funds. Lockheed Martin's retirement plan joins other pension funds in turning to cryptocurrencies for better returns. Pension funds are reportedly backing a crypto broker that enables larger hedge fund bets on cryptocurrencies. U.S. aerospace and defense firm Lockheed Martin retirement plans are among supporters of the brokerage Hidden Road, the Financial Times reported on Wednesday, citing people familiar with the matter. So now they're linking you. Big, Lockheed Martin is going to take its pension fund and put it into cryptocurrency through Hidden Road. They secured a $50 million in funding in July last year from backers such as Citadel Securities and investment units of FTX and Coinbase. They know this is where the biggest money is. Emerging markets makes the most money. A financial historian knows that emerging markets are the best times to make a killing. If you get in early, you can turn thousands of dollars into millions, even billions, right? Look at the guy who first invested in like the car, right? Or I believe it was like a $500 investment turned into like 12 million or something, even back then in the late 1800s or something. So, and again, I don't know if I get my numbers right, but Lockheed Martin always more visionary than Boeing. Oh, of course. Lockheed's been on point for a long time. They also have had the government contracts, right? So anyway, this tells you that big money is seeing cryptocurrency as the place to be. I would follow smart money. That's smart money. They have billions. Why would they be getting into a pension fund with crypto? Pension funds are also what people need to live on. They don't think the other financial system is the best to put pension funds in. That should also tell you that they don't have faith in the financial system as much as they do in crypto, which is interesting because a pension fund is something that someone comes back to after years of working. Like, you expect that fund to be there. Something you really, really, really should take a lot of thought process and be very, very skeptical of where you put that money. This is very interesting to me, and this tells you that people see confidence in crypto behind the scenes. USDC launching on Polygon, Proof of Stake Base, and Polkadot blockchains. Circle, they have to, right? Because we showed you how, Tether was selling them, and they were stuck in a circle, really. No pun intended. USDC stablecoin founded by Circle and Coinbase is launching on 6 new blockchains, including Polygon, Base, Polkadot, Near, Optimism, and Cosmos via the Noble Network. Announcement follows Coinbase taking a stake in Circle in an effort to shore up USDC amid crumbling share of stablecoin market. Yeah, and so they're trying to fight Tether now. Coinbase and Tether, they have a little bit of a back and forth here, right? Circle Internet Financial, now the sole organization in charge of managing USDC, is set to announce the stablecoin will be launching on 6 new blockchains. So that's a big deal. They're trying to get more market share, that's all. And that's just the battle of the stablecoins. Curve crisis shows pitfalls of decentralized risk management. Top DeFi lenders allowed a crypto CEO to take a risky bet, raising key questions about how they manage risk. When decentralized finance or DeFi took off in 2020, it was pitched as an antidote to the failings of legacy finance, yes, but they started realizing they could do basically financial acrobatics. I'll move this here, I'll flip that there, I'll grab that there, and do all these different things. And next thing you know, everyone's connected to the same loan at one point, right? Over-collateralized lending. I agree. And this is the issue with Celsius. This is the issue. If we want to be looked at differently than the financial system, we need to act different than the financial system. This is going to happen. I definitely think, and honestly, I'd watch out for CRV. Some people want to make a play on it. I'd be careful. There could be more downside. We never know. So pay attention to that. And, I do think that the higher echelon of decentralization did play a little too risky. But again, people are always going to get risky. If you give them a situation, people are going to take it to the next level, So you really can't stop it if people want to push themselves to the next limit. There's always going to be someone that's going to find a way to hit the extremes, man. And that, my friends, is the news. Hope you had a good time with me breaking down that news.